Yeah, actually, we're recording now. So, hey everybody. As you know, I don't like to edit in any of our videos, so we are going to keep this as organic as possible. I just wanted to do a quick video with Roller here because we were actually discussing kind of our predictions of what is going to happen with Veve and the platform, specifically when IMX gets rolled out, whenever that'll be. So, Roller, I'm going to pass it off to you because I loved everything you were saying. So I'm gonna give it to you now, bud.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah. Well, first things first, I don't think I didn't touch on this in the first video, but me personally, I'm a man of God. I believe in our Heavenly Father. You know, that's the foundation of my truth. I'm not somebody that's gonna lie to you. I have no reason to lie to you. I have no reason to pump projects or do anything like that. So I just give you my basically my experiences and things that I've gone through. And what we were just talking about is I just got my feedback on Vivi. I've been restricted for like 3 months for posting, Bible scriptures, and people got upset. And I guess whatever we went through in the comments, these people just uh, basically just complained to Vivi, and they banned my feed, but they just gave it back to me. But what we're talking about right now is NFTs, and this market is pumping. Vivi market is pumping right now, and we were talking about IMX. So when Vivi announced that they were moving to IMX, I took the initiative to go in IMX and check out what projects they were dropping. And when I first got on there, I want to say there was like 4 or 5 projects. Now there's, I want to say there's at least 100 projects, maybe more on IMX. They just keep dropping projects. And, through that, I just definitely want the people in the Vivi community to know that I don't think that IMX is going to be the blast off at the moment that people are assuming it's going to be. And I have a feeling that's what this pump right now in the market is. It's in preparation for this IMX, migration to be finalized. And like I was telling PR, there's just not, my experience on IMX is there's just not a lot of volume. There's not a lot of trading going on. There's just not a lot of action. I think Vivi is going to bring a lot of that action. They're going to bring a lot of, trading volume. And I think they're going to bring in a lot of people because once you can trade some of these NFTs for ETH, it's going to change the game for Vivi, for the Vivi community. But I think it's a timing issue. Like I said, I don't think there's enough people on IMX right now. So when Vivi first gets on IMX, I personally think that the Vivi market's probably going to take a little bit of a hit. I don't know how much of a hit. Possibly could be a big hit. Depends on how long IMX takes to really scale and bring in the users. And a lot of it has to do with Vivi as well, like what IPs are going to be available to sell on IMX for ETH. Currently you can't take anything off IMX, so you're going to be trading either on IMX or on Vivi. You're not moving anything to OpenSea right now. IMX isn't scaled for that. They're not ready for that yet. And yeah, there's not too many projects on IMX that are doing crazy numbers. I'm in a couple projects. Moonshot Garage project I got into. That was the first project I would say I got into on IMX because of what it offered. I was looking at a lot of these projects on IMX, and the thing with these NFTs that are different than Vivi is you're really buying into a community or an artist. You're gonna buy it because you really like the art, or you're gonna buy it because you like the community and the way they're building. So you have to kind of look at those more of of investing in a business, and you holding their NFTs are a part of that business. Where in Vivi, it's much different. We're buying these digital collectibles that the value is just based on what somebody else is willing to spend on it. But with what we got here going with Jake the Doge, like, it's changing a lot of that as well because we're putting communities behind some of these NFTs. Now you can go to the Discord and join our community. You can go to the website. Anybody that's not on Vivi or anybody that just looks up Jake the Dog or Jake the Doge might just come across our webpage, and that webpage will send them to Vivi, so they can set up a Vivi account, hopefully buy a Jake the Doge or a Jake the Dog or, or anything they like, whatever else they find in there and they like, they can buy whatever NFTs they like. You know, if they're Batman fans, go ahead and pick up one of these Batmans.
Great time to be
Right
a
now, it might
Batman
not
fan.
be the best time because Batman Black and Whites are pumping right now. they're,
Right. It's
they're going
expensive, but
absolutely insane.
I
But
can't afford
yeah,
one.
nah, but it's about time because me personally, I've been holding on to a bunch of Black and Whites, and I mean, it might not have been the best move. I mean, I was at one point, all I needed was Rizzo to complete my entire, Batman Black and White set.
Hmm.
But I personally can care less. Like me and Preem talked about this a little bit in the last video. Like I don't see these as valuable items. I just see them as numbers. And if I can make profits on most of them, I'm going to make profits. Um, Certain ones I'm going to hold on to long term, just in case like they do actually gain insane, amounts of value. But for the most part, I'm here to flip and collect. Keep adding to my collection, and flip and add to my gem status as well. Because there's different strategies. And before you come into any of these, whether it's OpenSea, whether it's Veve, like any NFT platform, like you want to develop your own game plan. Go in there with your own game plan and then try to stick to it. It's not always going to be easy, because there's always going to be new drops. They're always going to announce something new that you might not have expected, and those things change the market quick. Like the Disney drop, for instance. I think everybody kind of knew Disney was coming. But once they actually announced it and announced the drops, like you saw the market completely tank because everybody wanted to buy in on the Disney drops. So things that people were valuing like crazy, like all of a sudden they didn't value it as much. They were willing to put it on the market for cheap just because they knew they needed to get in on these Disney drops.
Right.
So it's those things like that you definitely want to prepare for. But overall, like if you really, really like something, just hold it. Hold it and wait to see what's really going to happen in the future because we're all super early. Vivi's a little bit over a year old, but even if you're just opening your account today on Vivi, like you're still extremely early. You know.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So, with that being said, what would you say might be a good strategy for someone who's coming into uh, VV for the first time? Today is January 5th, 2022. And if I was a newcomer coming into this space, and since we started this conversation with IMX, I know IMX is hopefully around the corner. Hopefully, MTL is around the corner, which is a double edged sword. In one sense, it'll be great, but we're also talking about what can we do in anticipation of this potential, you know, drop in prices of everything just tanking. Because I, for one, would love to have a strategy in place for the worst case scenario. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best type of deal. So, what would you say? And Sponge, welcome, by the way. I see you hopped into the call. We are going to do our 10 o'clock call in 5 minutes for the bigger NFT stuff. This one's a little bit more focused on just IMX. But what would you guys suggest
In a
would be
pouch.
a good strategy in anticipation of IMX coming soon?
My thing, since I was already speaking on it, like I said, what I'm doing right now is I'm selling off a bunch of stuff. I'm still buying certain items that I think are undervalued, but for the most part, I'm gonna sell a bunch of stuff that's pumping right now. And just have a gem balance ready just in case things do dump again. To buy some of these items back. And like I said, in certain things that I'm buying that are undervalued, if everything goes great and it doesn't drop, then I'll have those to sell. So I think the building a nice gem balance and if you're brand new, if you're just getting on Vivi, the gem thing could be a little bit it could be a little bit tricky because you got to buy your gems from through the Apple store and that's going to cost you a little bit more than what it says it costs. But stacking up on gems and just having them available is always a good thing. So if you're new on Vivi, be patient. Maybe put some gems in your account, whenever you can. Uh, Buying in the market could be dangerous. Uh, Getting drops is almost impossible right now.
Very true. It's a
So
gamble.
yeah, so it's like a newcomer coming in. I would say like just try to build up your gem balance, with whatever you're willing to lose. and just wait for whatever you really like. Like if you really like the Batman black and whites, try to wait for a dip and then buy in. If you're a big fan of the Disney collection, like the Disney collection might not be bad to buy in right now, because we've already seen Disney pumps, and it's kind of taking a back seat to the Batman black and whites right now, and other things that are pumping. So
Okay.
yeah, as a newcomer, I would say definitely be patient, build your gem balance, and just wait and buy what you really like, and get a feel for the market, get a feel for the ups and downs, because it is ups and downs, and you need to know that this market is not going straight up.
That is very true. I could definitely speak to that firsthand. Sponge, anything before we wrap up this video? Because we have 3 minutes before we hop on and start the next one. Anything you want to add to that? Again, we're focusing a little bit more on our predictions of what will happen in the market once IMX and MTL are released, and what might be some good advice for newcomers coming into the space.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't really know. I don't think IMX has too much to offer, just because like once you go on IMX, you're not gonna be able to post on like OpenSea or any big platform. So we're kind of just stuck on IMX. The only thing I think it's cool is that now that it's like on the blockchain, I hope we'll be able to take our NFTs and put it actually in a wallet. And as far as like a price prediction goes, I'm kind of betting big on the Labricorn, just because.
Okay.
Yeah, just because I know they pumped before, and a lot of people are trying to build a community behind it, kind of like how Jake the Doge has. Plus, that artist, a lot of people actually buy his art on OpenSea, so he might actually bring some traction to IMX if they see his NFTs on a gasless platform. And the
That's very cool.
Labricorn's kind of like his flagship IP, or flagship artwork.
I definitely get that. And to both of what both of you were saying, guys, it's 100% true. Buy the art that you actually like at the end of the day. Using myself as an example, I'm a big fan of Scotty Young's art, actually. So not only do I buy all the NFTs that he's been putting out on the platform, but I own and I've been buying it. And I only got introduced to his artwork through Vivi. I've been buying a bunch of his comics in real life, his comic book variant covers, um, because I like the art. So at the end of the day, guys, yeah, these guys are 100% right. If you're coming into this, you're brand new to it, uh, buy what you like, because at the end of the day, you are the owner of it. And this is a crazy game. For sure. So I would definitely say best of luck to everybody out there who's, especially when you're first coming into this. All right. So I think that'll be it for, I guess, this video, and we'll now switch over to the next call. All right, thank you guys, for joining me, Roller and Sponge, and thank you guys at home in the YouTube podcast, Twitterverse, whatever sphere you're at, for joining and watching us. Follow us on Facebook, Jake the Doge Discord. We do have a website. Follow our Discord. You can see it up here in the top. And best of luck to everybody. Talk to you soon.